extra lighting. Okay. Back over to a ratchet and cut. Okay, that's that. Close that for now and pull out. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see an O-ring there anywhere. It tells me there was not an O-ring. That is some nasty looking sludge. Smells pretty yucky. Definitely time to change. Where'd the towel go I had a shop towel. Heck, I just brought over a whole bag of towels. Let's see. I don't even know where that bag of terry cloth towels went. There's a couple towels back here. Any of them will work. Yeah, maybe not so much. One of these will work. That one will work right here. Okay, guys. So next, guys, is going to be a concoction of stuff, and the reason for that is we are honestly going to try to clean this motor out. This motor has a slight ticking when we first started up. They're known for having oil feed issues.
What city in United States?
Man. Exit. What I need to do is turn it off. Okay, they're actually known for having some oil feed issues. Okay. This stuff, let's grab our filter. Put our filter in. Other side. And we've got a couple of additives that we are actually going to use. And I'm going to get some Yamaha ring free. One is the oil, and one's the transmission. Okay. So grab this one. And you just need a little bit of old oil on your seal before you put it in. That keeps your seal from cooking. I don't know why they do recommend old oil, not fresh oil. Maybe because it's already cooked, so it's less likely to cook and seal. I don't particularly know. So now we're just going to pop this back on. Easy peasy. Okay. Just like that. Gonna clean this off, and that way we know if we have any leaks. Make sure that's nice and tight. I don't know why I'm seeing some liquid here. Oh, okay, so is that oil? I think that's oil. I think that's a little bit of a transmission cooler leak. That could definitely be a problem. So we may need to replace that whole piece. We'll see. That would be a complete replacement though. Let's see what we got going on back there. It is so much nicer having this up. Man. That 3-inch difference. Now, once it's tilted the opposite way, it may not be as great of height clearance, but right now it is okay. Okay, so we've got all that done. Open this up. I believe it was 5 quarts. You can see that is yucky in there. And that's really just old caked on oil that it looks like it's getting around the rings and cooking. Okay, so if you see that, that's kind of what we're talking about. That is kind of cooking. Now we've got some different stuff here. The original oil enhancer and fuel treatment. Marvel mystery oil. Everybody always tests them like, let me see if this one's good, if that one's good. I just want the noise to go away, which is what I'm sure you're wanting too. So let's see. One thing I'm going to do is fill that and let that sit. We're going to do a couple of different tests with that little cap right there. Increase engine power and compression, reduce wear, reduce harmful emissions, neutralize corrosion from water contamination, improve and prevent valve stickiness. Use in the crankcase oil. In the oil, replace 20%. 20%. So we're going to have 5 quarts. Now, I also have this option, which is Lucas Synthetic Oil Stabilizer. Cuts internal friction. An engine used 1 quart Lucas pure oil stabilizer to 4 quarts of motor oil. 20% with every oil change. And badly worn engines use our original heavy duty oil stabilizer. Says it extends your oil life by 50%, which means instead of 7,000, I'll get 12.5. And you can use this one with synthetic or non-synthetic. This is a new formula, supposedly. And supposedly it's for synthetic and non-synthetic, and their other bottle does not specify the oil type. So what we're actually going to do is pour that in first. Oh, I grab that O-ring. Did not come off with our cap. You can see it's supposed to sit in that cap right there. Now you can see how thick this is. I don't know if you can see. We'll see how well the oil pours in. But see, this is very thick. Okay. And that's basically 1 quart. Now they recommend 1 quart per. I am actually going to add a little Marvel right to the crankcase. Now I want you to see how thin Marvel is. It's a much thinner material. See, it pours like water. But I'm not going to add a whole lot. The idea with the Lucas is it's thick. It coats everything. It keeps the oil from coming out of the motor. Now this Marvel is a little different. I think it's more of a cleaner. I think if we dump this, let's see how well it cleans this lid out. If we can get it back to where it's more plastic than anything. Yeah, see, that cleans much better. You can see it's taking off that red layer, just kind of peeled off part of there. Some of it's still on there, but for the most part, that is much better seal. Now we're going to push this seal down, and now we've got to grab a funnel, because now we're going to start pouring some oil. It's going to be a little messier. I do like buying it in the big jugs. It is a whole lot cheaper if you're not used to it. I'm just going to use one of these paper ones I can dispose of today, since I've got them. Nice. And I do like mobile, one, and I like pure synthetic for several reasons. One, you can go longer between your oil changes. That's really good for you and the environment. Now, I just want to show you. So that is literally just kind of pouring through as fast as it can, where the Lucas did not. Now, one thing I may do is, even though I just put a lot of money into chemicals, I may not run it that long. We may get it all fixed, do one trip to Texas, and change the oil to get everything cleaned out, because I don't think the last owners, even though they were going probably as often as they were supposed to, I'm not saying they were doing anything wrong, they didn't have to go often because they weren't driving the car, which is really hard on a car. I'm actually going to add a little more Marvel, because I think the Marvel is really what's going to help us clean out that motor, and that Lucas is thick. So I'm going to actually, look, I'm just going to dump the whole thing. We're going to see how this works. We are making a crazy concoction, guys. But I just want to see if I can't get rid of that lifter noise. As soon as that's gone, I will basically dump everything back out and probably go to just Lucas. I may just dump some out and add the, I'll redo it. It's not that much of an expense, really. You're at about $50 for an oil change, changing out the filter and everything. And that's cheap money. And you figure buying a motor is, you know, even if you go to the junkyard, you're $600, $700, $800 plus labor if you don't do it yourself. If you do it yourself, you've got a lot of your own time invested. So it's not always the best thing to cut corners. This is kind of like a quick clean out. I really wish I could reclaim the oil too, that would be nice. Reclaim the oil, pull the Marvel out. Now, that's about perfect. So what we're going to do is pull our filler. Put our cap on. That one's got to go there. These weren't making a difference, but I did check them for the lights. I think what we have is some sort of a crushed, damaged harness in here somewhere. And we're actually going to have to check this harness when we pull this front clip. Honestly, I think I might start pulling that front clip right now. Get my front bumper cover and stuff off, and we'll see. I may not. May let the body shop do it. Okay, let's start up, see what we get here. We got the noise right away. You heard it cycle up and down with the lifter noise. Right at the beginning, it always does that when it first starts up. And that's what we need to clean out. That should be, once we clean that out, we should be good. We can get the oil passages clean. Now that's kind of going to be the question. If we can get those cleaned out or not without actually having to disassemble and take it down. Okay, so the lights are fixed. Right now the markers are on because that switch should be turned on. Turn the markers off. And the markers are still on. Okay. Now the markers are off, right? Yes. Now, I don't know. I think these are markers too, because as soon as I hit the parking button, them come on. So my question is, there's the fog lamps. I still have nothing on the fog lamps, and that's what I want to get to. So let's want to see. Getting some blow by there. I should have 2 hoses. Where did I end up running them stinking hoses though? Oh. And that one's blowing. Oh, they're both blowing. Okay. Huh. So those are the ones I really need to run across and to. And so now it's just the lights, which I think what we're going to end up doing is popping these pins right here. So let's pop these pins. Pin here. Didn't get the pin part popped. I got the pin coming out, but the head's still shut, which is the part you gotta get, and that's really why I need that other tool. There it goes. So we'll grab that clip. Okay. There we go. Now, I don't know why they got all this up here shut up and locked in there. I guess you don't really have to get to these bulbs all the time. Let's see. So I should be able to unplug it right here, hopefully. Maybe. Left? No. Pushes. Just not getting it. The push is bad. Let me get the screwdriver in here and get the little tap up. There she goes. Okay. Now, it doesn't look like anything wrong with that bulb. Now look, these are not the right bulbs though. So those are incorrect. Now these are actually correct bulbs. Let's see what happens when we do this. Okay, and make sure we got some power. I'm going to turn the key off. Okay, so nothing on the fog lights. Let's see where that switch is. AC, horn. Lighting switch. 20 amp. Giggles. I think that's it, but still good. That's probably the inside lighting switch. Okay. So, since we didn't find anything there, let's go look in here. And tail light, clearance, stop, fogs. Fogs are this 15 amp in the center. It should also go somewhere else. Now that 15 amp is good. Okay. So the other thing we can do is we can go out here and see if we actually have any power getting there now. But I would think I would have a fog light relay right here. Okay. And what is this? Sub fan relay. So we're just going to do this, pop these relays, because I just want to know that the relay is actually working. That's what I kind of care about. Okay, so we've got no light there. So what we're going to do is run back here and grab our tester. See if we've even got 12 volt to that light switch, to the plug. So now the first thing I have to do with this meter, just to see if it's in 110 or 12 volt, because it does do both on the same switch. Let's check it, 12.58. Will make your life easier if you do. Okay, and then simply unplug here, just like before. Now, you got to get your meter somewhere you can see it. That's probably the hardest part. And then go up in each one. It doesn't particularly matter which way. One will be positive, one will show you a negative reading. As long as you get up in there and see 12 volts anything. Okay, so there's no power. Okay, so that's one thing. No power here at all. Okay. Other thing is, these, I'm pretty sure, even though they're mismarked, this is our high-low. Okay, and let's see if we can't just freaking fuck with this right now. Okay, so what we have is going to be our high-low, and we don't have the correct adapter for this. So if we look at this,